Hey everybody, I got a serious problem. I got to figure out where I'm going to put all this stuff. All right, I'm back from Texas and show you what I got. A lot of the stuff I just grabbed because I could grab it, but pilot's data computers, 3 of those. These are for the B-36. I've got well enough to finish hanging those from the lighting box and up under the coaming so I can get that illuminated. And I'm going to illuminate stuff. I've put it off because I didn't think I was going to be able to find this stuff, but that's no longer a problem. I've often spoke about the flight engineer station, about the 200 press-to-test lamps, the 300 switches, the 200 circuit breakers. If you were to buy that stuff on eBay, you're looking at $5,000 or $6,000, but not anymore. It's no longer a problem. I got about 130 odd of these. Each one of them has a press-to-test lamp, an AN press-to-test lamp, an AN switch, and one of these bases for the lights. But that problem is behind me. Oh. Now these, they're not B-36 seats per se. They're made by aircraft mechanics. They got the same data plate. The seats are identical with the exception of these tracks. So these seats are, for all intent purposes, B-36, late model B-36 seats. But the tracks are probably come off of I don't think they came off a C-124, maybe a C-119 or some kind of a cargo aircraft. But 2 of them have the headrests. So I'm going to use these 2. It's that one and the one on the bottom here. These are going to be the new aircraft commander and pilot seats for my B-36. Plus they work. My seat that I've been using up there actually came off of Walter Saplata's C-119 that was destroyed in the Bradley Air Museum tornado back in the 70s. It was the aircraft commander seat. The data plate's got the contract number for Douglas Aircraft Company. It was destroyed, crumbled up. I straightened it out and restored it. So that's where that came from. I was hoping I could find the pilot seat, but I haven't found it. So what have I got here? I got just stuff I can put on eBay to fund my B-36. I got 2 T-19s, which are in the B-36. I got T-18s, the proper indicators for my main instrument panel, pilots. A lot of stuff I just got for the components to the press-to-test lamps and stuff. Of course, that was before I found that pile. I got that. That's an early model. It's not a B-36 seat. It could have been, but this is the type of seat that was used in the early model B-36s. This came out of, I think, B-24s and stuff like that. But this is what I'd say the A models and the B models had. So that's awesome to have that. It needs straightened out, but for what I got it for, which I'm not going to say, it's pretty nice. And push comes to shove, I can duplicate it for the other side when I do build my other B-36. These are nice. These are ignition switches for the R4360s. These are stamped Consolidated Vultee Aircraft Company. Some of them are Consolidated Vultee Fort Worth, but these are actually came out of a B-36. And I've got 6 of them. That's great. Probably got a new radio compass panel because mine's in pretty bad shape. That one's nicer. It's got a broken dial, but I'll fix that. I've got, that's part of the K system. I've got enough circuit breakers to choke a whale. God, I can't even, 3 rows of 30. There might as well be 100 circuit breakers there. This probably came out of a C97 or maybe a KB50. That solved that problem, as well as over here. It's a nice Convair box, and inside it, real B-36, some sort of junction boxes, all stamped CVAC. And these are real B-36 circuit breakers. A lot of these are stamped Consolidated Vultee Fort Worth. So I'm not going to be able to find one to show you, but they are. So these are the exact breakers that the B-36 used, opposed to the ones over there with the black heads. It's the same manufacturer, but for some reason, Convair has the yellow heads. This is a arming ladder for my bomb hoist that I showed, or my hoisting beam I showed in a few videos back. This is from RB36H 50-1110, which was actually the last B-36 built or ordered in fiscal year 1950. So this is the highest 50 number, which is, it's hard to see, but 501110. And then after that would have come to the 51 numbers. Ammunition boosters, 20mm, made by General Electric. I don't know if these are both left hand or right hand. I don't know if they're, what's that word when you can do 2 things with 1 thing. But anyways, those are going to mount right here when I do the big ammo box. And I wasn't going to do the ammo box because didn't have those. Now that I do, of course I'm going to build the ammo box. I'll have to make it, I can pick it up because the garage won't shut. I found that right there. I was really hoping it was a B-36 blister, and it may still be. I've never had one, so I've never really been interested in like looking at the pictures and comparing. But yeah, you can see it's been oranged over, so it's not clear, but it's still a blister. Just stuff. Each one of these boxes was given to me by a hell of a guy. You know who you are. Thank you so much. Those each contain 2 oxygen hoses, so I've got enough for all of my D202s on the flight deck. One of the biggest reasons that I went out to Texas was one of my YouTube fans contacted me and said that he had this, and I just had to come and pick it up. This is awesome. This is a main fuel panel off of an early model B-36. Based on, you know, what I've dug up so far, which wasn't hard to do, it's from an RB36E. I don't know if F models use this, but most likely not, because there is a big difference between the E model and the F model, RB and bombers. Mainly this panel, this is the ignition switch. It's singular and it has 6 knobs on it. On the F model, this panel is a lot longer and it has those ignition switches that I showed you earlier. So this is probably off one of the 22 E models, which is, it's great. And it's, you know, it's legible. It's all there. It's probably the nicest one in the world. The only one in the world. Those boxes over there I showed you earlier, they've got these tubes brand new with the clip and everything. So all of my D2s will have lines on them relatively soon. The same guy who gave me that panel, he wouldn't stop giving me stuff, and I said, slow down. I'm going further south and I don't have any room, but I got enough random rivets and enough of these nut plates of various sizes to choke a whale. Again, I can choke 2 whales, but that's gold right there. I love being able to use the proper fasteners, stuff like that. Oh boy. I picked up 16 of these just random gauges so I could get this this bracket mount off of there for my my jet controllers. That's out of the way. These are made by Curtiss-Wright. The B-36 had one of these, and they were triangular mounted. Each one of these had two. One was here, here, and up. Of course, the 36 had the 6 reciprocating engines. Each one of these is for 4. I don't know why there's one missing, because there's no 3-engine airplanes unless used for that one observation plane. They only made a 10 or so of. Could be. But I'm going to combine these and make an adapter plate, so I will have a 6-engine engine synchronizer, which I never thought never dreamed I'd ever come close to one. Just more picked up just anything that had a press the test lamp in it, I picked up. Just gauges galore. A6 walk-around bottles. Guy just gave those to me. Thank you. Just more gauges. I've got enough. I'll just walk in there and show you guys. I've got enough gauges to complete the FE station. This is pretty much all of them. If not, I'm down to a very few that I need. So, back out here. Show you the inside. Poor guy, I don't need him anymore, but he'll stick around. Sadly, my A6 walk around does not fit. I don't know if this is not the right head or this just needs to go down lower. I think it does. That would be perfect because this thing is tight. Because the flight deck will be level with that, and this is level with the flight deck. So I'll just have to extend that. No biggie. I never thought I'd find one of these because these things are like expensive as crap. So I'm thrilled to have that sitting there. And I've got another one for my for the YB-36's aft compartment. So that's awesome. I got all these D2s populated. This one is cool because it's Convair San Diego. It's got too many Zeus fasteners on there, but it looks cool. I won't have that in there because I'm a prudist. It's got to be right, but it's just stuck it in there. Looking forward to getting back to that now that I've got my lights. I was really hoping to find some control parts so I wouldn't have to build this monstrosity, but I'm gonna have to. I found a stack of old Astrodomes, and I grabbed one of these things. This is for hanging the sextant, the bubble sextant. That's great that I've got that now. I've just been populating these press the test lamps, these heads that were missing. But all these, I've got enough to fill all of these. Of course, these are where the ignition switches go. That'll be populated in just a matter of time. That'll be populated, all that, and you saw my gauges. So just and these 72 circuit breakers, and the engine synchronizer will go down there with just a whole mess of crap. But this is nice. And back up under here is where those lights I showed you in the beginning of the video go. So, you know, I thought that it was going to take $6,000 to do this, but nope. It's just a matter of putting them in there. More press to test. I can completely populate that, which would be great. I'm going to rebuild this out of steel to make it exactly right. So these will be able to go in here with their the proper fitting, so I can light this panel up. Probably gonna buy a laser engraver so I can make these myself, because I've got that and all those to make, and all that to make, and all that stuff on the main panel. So I think that's about it. Thank you, man. I met some great guys down in Fort Worth. I don't want to mention your names, But you know who you are, and you know what you gave me, and you know the time we spent together was fantastic. It was awesome. I met a lot of people. I got a lot of B-36 technical information. Went to several museum libraries. And you know who you are down in San Antonio. You guys are freaking amazing too. Every minute I spent with you was, I can't thank you enough. So looking forward to getting all this stuff put away and getting back to building the last B-36. I'll see y'all next time.